It was fun.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
cool.
like nice to have somewhere to go kind of thing.
Did you ever stay there alone?
No, I'm too scared.
That's what I was going to ask.
And
So whenever you go, you have someone come over.
I'm with someone, yeah.
Yeah.
And someone's got to come over.
Someone's got to come over.
Are we rolling?
You're rolling.
Someone has to come over. And I just can't sleep alone in a house.
Yeah, no, I could never do that.
It's scary.
I would hear like creaking and fridge.
But what's funny
talking.
is my mom was like, this house is kind of scary this morning. And I was like, Mom, it's not scary. Come on. And she's like, no, I find it scary. And I was like, oh, no, come on. Meanwhile, I've never stayed there by myself. But I never have to because I usually come into the city in the week to film and to do work and whatever, so it's fine. But yeah, I love it. I used to hate the Hamptons. I used to be the biggest hater. Talk about a flip, you know?
You flipped on the Hamptons?
Oh my God, like the most aggressive flip.
What did you hate about it?
I hated everything about it. I was like, I can't believe people think this is fun. It's far, it's snobby, da-da-da. It turns out you just need enough money to have your own rental house. And then
where were you staying then?
I was like a guest or, you know, I stay in a hotel, which there are some lovely hotels out there, but it's really a place for houses.
Yeah. And also there are not many hotels.
No, there's
like you
not.
have to like go to Montauk or something.
Totally. And it's so spread out. And I just didn't get it before. So I did the biggest flop of the century.
And now you're like, I'm out east this summer.
I'm out east this summer. I was like looking, I was like, oh, I can't wait to find my property for next year already.
My property.
Yeah. No. Biggest flip of the century. But it's like, it's just New York,
nice.
but
New York.
out there.
Listen, it doesn't matter where. Like I live on the Upper East Side. Like no one's here. Like you're in a ghost town, and it's like it's not like I live in the fanciest neighborhood. Like in New York, nobody's here over the summer. It's literally wild. You're like all of you have vacation homes. That's good to know.
And I saw a clip of I think it was Jon Stewart. Like, don't quote me, but he was talking shit on the Hamptons and he was like, you want to know why it's like the Hamptons are bad? It's because it's all the people from New York, but like just in the Hamptons. And I was like, I like that. Yeah. I know that's lame, but I like it. I like New York City. I like the people here. So why wouldn't I like them by a beach?
It's not like you're going to like a small town and seeing
that's
like a different culture.
That's not my vibe. I wish it was. Like, I really do. I wish I was like, oh, I'm going to Rhode Island or like I'm going to like a small town in Maine. It's just not not for me.
You're also like surf lodging it up, so you're in a different era right now.
I'm actually like 180 opposite
you're
on the spectrum.
You're actually on Summer House.
I'm literally like I'm literally on stage at Surf Lodge like raging. And okay, so it was Jon Stewart. Look.
Oh, because they're not.
Yeah.
Steve, look how he just pulls that right up.
The Hamptons are basically, all the people you fucking hate the most
Me.
In Manhattan when you have to go into Manhattan. Imagine them in shorts.
That's his bit about it. And I just saw that and I was like, okay, fair.
Fucking clogging up the line at the cappuccino store while you're just waiting in there to get a coffee.
He's so good. He's so funny, but like
it took you 5 hours.
I have such a gripe
to get
about when anyone is saying a place is too full and they're still going to the place. I'm like,
he's going.
Yeah, because he said, they're clogging up the line in the cappuccino store. It's like, okay, like you're there too.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves to be there.
Right.
I don't like that vibe at all of like, oh, well, you haven't been coming here for long. That couldn't be like, I really don't like that vibe of anything. I'm like, look, you can get yourself there. You're allowed to be there too.
Right.
And nothing annoys me more than people being like, oh, it's so busy now. It's like, yeah, because obviously everybody's onto something.
Right.
Like, get over it. So anyway, I'm a Hamptons apologist now. I absolutely love it. And I think that was, I'm coming actually back in August. So I'll be back.
The amount you fly is like unhealthy.
It's like Taylor Swift and then it's me in terms of emissions. I mean, I'm slightly better because I'm obviously flying like JetBlue and not private jet, but like I am up there.
It's
my
aggressive.
carbon emissions are lit. But you know what? I love it.
And you don't get scared? Like turbulence doesn't affect you?
This is the funny thing. I'm terrified of flying. I'm such an anxious person.
That is such a lot. I don't believe it even.
No, I am, but I'm just like, there are certain things in life that I would take the risk for. So for example, like, you could never catch me bungee jumping, okay? You could never catch me, like I barely ski. I'm a very risk averse person because I like to save all of my risk points for flying and taking drugs from strangers when I'm at raves. Like, so that is my areas where I'm like, I'm going to use, like, I'm going to play with chance a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's like worth it to me. But like other stuff, no.
Because you want to get to the place, so you're willing to crash.
Yeah, and I love bopping around. That's another. People always are like, oh, like, are you tired? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, yeah, I am. But right now, that's just like my life, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Also, if you keep flying, then you never have to feel anything because you're always like, oh, I can't feel sad today. I have to pack.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, that's also a lot. The whole thing about it, because it's not just flying; it's the packing and it's the transportation to the airport. It's like all these things that I don't enjoy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
According to Gallup, the average amount of flights per year for an employed person is 4.2. I do 4.2 in a week.
You do 4.2.
It's nuts. I have a status on
what
every.
What happened to moving back to New York?
I'm trying. I'm actively trying.
What's the active? What's the active
Have you tried to get an apartment here recently? It's an extreme sport.
Yeah. So what? You're working on the apartment side.
I'm literally looking. I found one that I really liked, and then this is not a bit. It was a very expensive apartment. That's why I'm telling you guys this. I went and I was like, ooh, this is good vibe, really good juju. And then there was a cockroach in it at the showing, and I was like, and then I was on FaceTime with my mom, and she was like, go in the bathroom, look for more.
Wait,
there was 2 more.
Do you know what happened to us the other day?
What?
Regina was printing something, and she printed a cockroach. Like, meaning there was a cockroach in my printer.
You're lying.
That half of it came out on the first page. And then I'm telling the super of the building, and I'm laughing. Like, it shouldn't be funny. I'm like, so there was a cockroach, but like, really, call an exterminator. Like, that's a normal occurrence, you know?
Wow, that was a bad end for that cockroach.
Yeah.
They're going to be telling the story of that cockroach. They're like, and then he got printed.
Then he got
back in the cockroach
I never thought that would happen to me, honestly.
That's wild.
But it is.
It's just New York. It is New York City things.
Like, there's a restaurant that I love that my sisters are like, Amanda, I've seen rats like run into the kitchen. I was like, la 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 la. You just have to have that. So
sometimes if you love the restaurant. Speaking of restaurants, what is the best thing you ate this week? I feel like we have a Venn diagram of like your favorite foods, my favorite foods, but we do have a middle where we me and you, where we cross over and certain things. Like, obviously we talked about Lenwich recently. Yeah. We love like a sandwich or like that kind of thing. I feel like is a real crossover to us.
Yeah.
What is
so actually, you guys, it was so weird. Like, I went to lunch yesterday at this restaurant that I've never been to on the Upper East Side. It's like, have you been? It's called Piccola.
No.
It's like old school. It's like one of those like old people lunch there. You know, like Italian, but like the hostess was like buongiorno. Like, she took it to the next level. Yeah. And everyone was like ordering, and I got really nervous because I didn't look at the menu, and the menu was really like detailed. So she goes, everyone's like ordering a pasta.
It looks nice.
And I literally out of nowhere, I'm like, the ribeye.
No.
And everyone looked. I didn't even look because I like to be, because if I like to be conscientious of the price. Like, obviously, if everyone's ordering a $30 pasta, I don't want to be ordering like a $120 steak.
Yeah.
But I was so nervous I didn't have time.
You just freaked out.
So I was just like, ribeye, and that's aggressive. That's an aggressive
for lunch
order. Like, what is wrong with you?
But
medium. It was like the best steak I've had, and my husband was there, and he like took a cacio e pepe. He took from my steak. He was like, this is the best steak I've had in a while. So I recommend the steak there. It's a good steak.
Bomb. Yum.
But like, how embarrassing for me.
I know. It is so hard. And I always do try to like order like within the realm of the group. But sometimes you just really want a steak.
Yeah, you know, and I didn't want pasta.
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to have like a protein.
Yeah.
I wanted to like, you know, I'm like breastfeeding. Maybe I have that.
You need the energy.
I need the energy. Yeah. And I could feel the whole table looking at me. I was like, a ribeye, you know? It's like, imagine you do that on a first date. Like, he orders like,
I know,
something small, and you're like,
I know
sirloin.
I'm honestly at the point though where I really do have to let my freak flag fly with ordering on dates, because I love food so much and I love talking about food and going to restaurants and cooking. So I need to be myself when it comes to ordering. And honestly, I can tell a lot about a guy or a person on how they order. Like, I'm not talking about like, oh, I want them to be the annoying person who like orders for the table and tries to talk to you about food. But you really can tell about someone's personality, about how they order, and if they're like, yeah, let's split a starter, or like, oh yeah, get bread or whatever. And I just can tell. Like, for example, I'm thinking of one guy I went on a date with in LA, very handsome, successful, whatever. And we went to Giorgio Baldi, which, as you know, is like the fanciest Italian restaurant where all the celebs go, whatever. Yeah. And the waiter came, and I was like pumped to get fucked up on food. And he was like, what would you like? And the guy was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Like, just like a pasta or whatever. Like, whatever is fine. Like, you pick for me. And the guy was like, oh, how about this pasta? And he was like, yeah, just like, how about pasta with tomato sauce? That's fine. And I was like, we're not compatible. We're not compatible at all. We're at Giorgio Baldi. You don't want to get a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Wait, you said that though? Did you?
No, at the time.
You didn't show your shop?
I was like intimidated because he was so successful. And like, I was younger than I am. I was younger than I am now. And I used to think it mattered. And actually, someone asked me on Instagram the other day, and it really broke my heart. She was like, we're going to pizza for our second date. What should I order? And I was like, that breaks my heart. Like, you order whatever you want. Like, and she also asked, oh, if there's leftovers, like, is it embarrassing to take them home? And I was like, no, that's cool. Like, do you?
Is it though, Tinx?
Well, I always take home leftovers. I don't care. I couldn't give a shit anymore.
But if the dude did it, be real. The dude packed it up. That's an ick, and you fucking know it. Don't play.
I think I would like beat him to it. Okay, honestly, it's one of the. It falls into the category.
He was like, I want this for lunch tomorrow. Like, you wouldn't be grossed out.
I'd be like, no, I want it for lunch tomorrow. I think it falls into the category of icks of like, if you like the guy, it's so endearing. If you don't like him, you're like immediately no.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those. We need a name for that type of ick where it's like it's a flip ick because it's like either way it could be fine. But I love a leftover so much, and
you'll take like anything, like fries that are left over.
I have a weird thing about wasting food, and my parents always joke. They're like, you act like we didn't feed you when you were a kid because the way you're worried you're not gonna get your next meal.
Yeah.
Like if there's a bread roll on the table, like I'm taking it.
Stop.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Oh my God.
You should see me at a buffet. It's.
Oh my God.
And I'm not one of those people who's like, buffets are disgusting. Not me, man. I love buffets. Yeah. Like, love a salad bar, love any of that stuff. Like, I'd love to do it myself.
What about a dude that like is eating healthy?
You know what? I'll be real. It's a little bit of an ick for me. Yeah. Like, I want him to be healthy and aware of it, but I want him to know when to be able to do that and when to not. Because like, I eat healthy sometimes for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, if we're on a date, let's share a pasta. Like, you can eat the chicken for lunch tomorrow. Yeah. You can get your salad in when you're not on a date with me. But if you're like, no, I like don't want, like, can I do salad instead of fries, like on a date? I'm like, that's not, because that's going to get in the way of having fun. Yeah. And for me, it goes fun, then body.
Yeah.
You know?
Like a dude just ordering a Greek salad is like.
And by the way, I would rather have a guy like dudes' bodies and like being ripped is not important to me, but I would way rather have a guy who had like a less good, I'm putting air quotes if you're listening to this, a less good body, but like had a little bit more fun. With food. It's just way more important to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm a hedonistic person. Is that how you say it?
Hedonistic.
Okay, that's one of the words that it's always the British. It's hedonistic.
Oh, you guys say it hedonistic?
Hedonistic, yeah. I'm a hedonistic person, and I'm like, I want to have fun more than anything. And part of having fun is like being vain and having like a good body, and I admit that. But like overall, it's fun first.
Yeah.
Body second. Mm-hmm. What's the most annoying part of your week?
I was spiraling this week. Like, do you ever like get into a spiral? But like, no.
Hello, I live there.
No. But it felt like medical. Like it felt like institutionalized me because it's not normal that I can't think about. It was just like it was a business thing.
Yeah.
Actually, it was a business thing that annoyed me. Between navigating my communication with this problem, I would just like, and then I would answer, and I'll get my way at the end. Like, I don't have to do this business thing that, you know, but just the way that I say is just not healthy. Like, it's just, what are you doing? And I involve everybody, and I screenshot, and I send, and I'm like, look at this. I get my mom hyped up.
Of course.
My mom is like, I hate them, you know?
Of course.
It just becomes this whole thing. And I wasted a full day. Like, that annoys me now. I'm like, I wasted a day. I gave myself a headache. Like, it was just a bad day that could have ended with the same way if I would remove the extra spinning. Like, I could spin a little, but this was so aggressive. Like, I can't even explain it.
Is it resolved now?
It's resolved now. Yeah.
It happens, but I get you on such a cellular level. I do that all the time where it's a deep spiral.
Yeah.
You just can't let it go sometimes.
You can't let it go.
And you have to involve your mom. You have to do the screenshots. And it's just like sometimes it is what it is. And you just, I trust me.
Isn't it so crazy that the other side, I was thinking about the other party and how they're receiving the like message back for me, and they have no idea what's happening to me right now.
Yeah, they have no idea the spiral.
They think the sentence that's like,
I know.
Nope, just can't, blah, blah, blah. They think that's like how I'm looking right now, where I'm like,
by the way,
you know, it's just wild.
By the way, I always think about that when I have a crazy crush, because I'm like, the shit that I'm talking about to my friends or my therapist, and like my therapist is getting pages and pages of like complete psychosis, but to them I'm answering and I'm like, yeah, cool, we can see you Saturday. And meanwhile I'm like, and he looked and he only used one exclamation point and and I'm like, whoa, it's so crazy that like not everybody knows the truth behind it.
Exactly.
Which is so nuts, but honestly kind of amazing, because sometimes, like when I was little, I don't know if you guys ever did this, but like, did you ever used to think that people could tap into your brain and hear you, and because you were so crazy? No. This is how you know I'm truly insane, is because even from a young age, I was like, if anybody gets inside my head, I'm done for. Yeah, I'm nuts. It's okay. Okay, this is a really cute question that we have from one of our listeners. Okay, by Sarah. She's 27. Dream cast your perfect rom-com life. You can mix and match from any rom-com. Dream character to be, dream home, apartment to live in, dream boyfriend, dream job. So do you want me to go first?
Okay.
To inspire you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, because you've thought about it, huh?
Well, a little.
Okay.
Dream character, obviously Andy Anderson, How To Girl, which is like who I really modeled my whole life after. Yeah,
that's what I would choose.
Well, obviously, because she's the best, and it's the best rom-com of all time.
That's true. Like, who has a better job, you know?
Yeah, like it's so easy, and like she never has to be in the office, and like her boss is just like, you need to write about shoes. By the way,
but like the only thing I don't connect to is that she wanted to write about like politics. Facts. Like I'm not.
When I would have gotten the assignment about shoes, I would have been like, thank you, no questions.
I don't relate, because like I don't relate to her trying to like be better, you know?
That's such a trope in like all rom-coms from when we were growing up, is like, oh, I want to be more serious. Yeah. Like, you need to take me seriously. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be taken seriously at all.
Didn't Devil Wears Prada also
she wants to be more serious? Yeah. And then what was another one I was just talking about? There was also like, I want to write like harder, you know,
oh my God,
articles.
They do that Dakota, 50 Shades.
50 Shades?
Fucking, wait.
No,
they use
all
this narrative in every movie?
It's always the same. It's like she wants to be taken more seriously.
But it's always that job. It's always the writing job.
It's always a writing job. She definitely has the best job. And like, I love The Office, and I love her Office friends. Like, I could totally be friends with those two Office friends. Yeah. Who has the best home apartment to live in?
If you take that away from my thought right now.
I feel like Cameron Diaz in The Holiday.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because her house is sick. It's in LA.
So good.
But then I'd have to live in LA. But
wait, let's just do it together then. Okay, so yours is Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Mine is, so either Sharon Clueless.
Oh, duh.
Or Diane Keaton in Something to Give.
That's stunning. I watched that last weekend. And she has that gorgeous house, and it's like so beautiful.
And she's alone.
All the time. Yeah. But she has the 2-story living room.
Oh my God, her house
really
there.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Really stunning. Who's the best rom-com boyfriend? I mean, they all kind of suck until they don't.
Yeah, well, I'm not into like Matthew McConaughey's character.
No, and he's terrible in The Wedding Planner too, because
he's a cheaty.
Because he's a cheater.
He's a cheat.
Oh, you know who's good is not Hugh Grant. His flat is disgusting, and he lives with Spike in Notting Hill.
Who? Okay, I have it. Crazy Stupid Love, Ryan Gosling.
Oh my God, duh, that's such a good one. Okay, honestly, I would still pick Heath Ledger in 10 Things I Hate About You, because like he's so hot, and like and also that's my type. Like, as we discussed the other day, it's like kind of like a bad boy.
Yeah.
So
oh my God. First of all, everyone's type.
Literally, I know. I'm like, well, I'm special. I'm like, pick me.
Oh, you're a pick me.
Oh, I am a pick me.
True story. I used to hang out in Union Square when I went to high school in New York City. And I used to take the train down to Union Square, sit in the plaza, you know where the train is, and just like watch the skater boys like jump off the stairs.
I'm obsessed with that. Yeah. That's so hot.
No, but I just saw a reel come up, and it's so funny that I say reel, not TikTok, because I'm like 1,000. But that it was like what the guy that you used to have a crush on looks like now, and it's like always like the emo, you know, because that's what I thought that I liked, the punky emo, and like they probably aren't a vibe.
I wonder what they look like now.
The real, I'll send it to you. Yeah, it's really sad.
But also, how fun is that we grew up up in an age where we would do stuff like that for fun.
Yeah.
Like one time I even made my friends, this is extreme obviously, but I was like, I really want to have a surfer boyfriend. Like we need to go to Hawaii for our girls trip. And I like forced my friends to go because I wanted to sit and watch surfers.
Yeah.
And now people would be like, I'll just watch a TikTok of them and DM them. And I literally made them, I was like, our annual girls trip, we're going to Hawaii because
Did you hook up with any?
No, I didn't even talk to any boys, but I did sit on the beach and get sunburned watching them.
That's the thing about these surfers and these skate, like they don't actually look at you.
No, they don't. They're like too into the wave or the skate.
Right.
Like I'm obsessed.
Right.
No, I love that type.
Wait, so we have it all? We have the whole rom-com?
Yeah, we do.
We don't want Richard Gere, who's like picking up prostitutes.
No, that's not good.
Yeah.
I've never seen While We Were Sleeping. Oh, My Best Friend's Wedding.
I know, but he also was like a little cheaty.
He's also a little cheaty.
But I would be Julia Roberts.
She's so beautiful.
I know.
Oh my God.
Do you know that she gets like, I mean, people say that she's like not nice, which upsets me.
That upsets me so much because like she's iconic.
Right. I ignore it.
Okay. Well, that was a very long warm up, but Amanda Hirsch, welcome to Office Hours.
Oh, what? Bye. I'm just kidding.
I'm so happy to have you on. It's so easy to pod with you. I have a couple of fun stories from the internet this week that we can discuss. I think you'll like this first one very much. It's why yapping with your friends is so good for your mental health. So this was an article in Self, and it's basically about how the term yapping has kind of been coming up lately, which I love. I love saying it. I'm a professional yapper. I love it. And in a 2023 study, it highlighted that conversations don't have to be super deep to be good for us. So when comparing the effects of 7 types of chats, catching up, meaningful talk, joking around, showing care, listening, valuing others' opinions, or offering compliments, researchers found that the specific type of conversation didn't matter so much. Just reaching out to a friend daily improved participants' feeling of connection and well-being. Who do you yap to the most? Your mom?
My sister.
Your sister. Yeah.
About like everything.
Everything. Yeah. That's so nice. That's so fun.
That's how like I would say my Instagram started. It was like literally instead of sending her the like celeb story or like opinion.
That's so funny.
I would literally one day I was like, let me post this and see if like anybody cares or it's just us. Like literally I remember. And then she actually got like hurt at the beginning because she's like, you're not sending me anymore. You're just like posting it.
Yeah.
But our conversations are so meaningless.
Yeah.
Like they're only like sometimes I'll be like, wait, you got that job? You know, it's like just about the dumb shit.
No, totally.
Sometimes we forget the like.
But that's
big
the best.
things.
But that's I swear to God, per this study, those are the most meaningful. Is when it's just nothing, and you're like, what are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm doing like I got this Diet Coke. It's not that cold. Like blah blah. You know, whatever. Like it's cold. I was just kidding about the Diet Coke. Steve was like, what? Yeah, I love to yap. I literally love mindless conversations more than anything. And honestly, that's why your Instagram is so good, is because it seems like you're just doing it for your friends or your family. You're just like, oh yeah, like it's a very like normal. Yeah. And you haven't changed. Like yours is so consistent. That is, and I know that's so scary when people say that because you're probably like, I'm trying not to, don't get me in my head. But like it literally feels like you're still doing it for your sister and you have this huge account. Which is amazing.
Thank you.
How do you stay so authentic?
Oh, gross.
I know. Anytime anyone says the A word, I'm like, okay, I know.
Or the R word.
Relatable.
Oh, I was thinking raw, real, but relatable too.
Oh yeah,
the trifecta.
Raw, real, and authentic.
Yeah.
RRA. Yeah. I love to yap. It's so fun. I really do. We're lucky.
If you don't have that, because I feel like because everybody probably also has the friend that's only the meaningful conversations friend. Yeah. But that is less often.
No, totally.
The yap is
that's
more
a good
frequent.
call. Yeah, I have some friends where they live abroad and I love them so much. And we have a good catch up every month or so, but it is more meaningful. Yeah. And it's just a different tone. Yeah. And you're more, even though we go deep, it's just the meaningless stuff. Like my best friend, Adam, who I call Pig, if you read our text, it doesn't even make sense to the normal person because it's just like in brain rot, we just go back and forth and we understand and we have our own little shorthand and it just fills up my cup so much. Yeah. I love him.
You so do cute. Love him.
No, I love him the most. He's the best.
Is he a new friend?
No, we've known each other for like 8 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We met in New York when I lived here the first time around. We met just through friends at Barbudo, the old Barbudo, if you remember the one in the garage. It was so good. And we just were like best friends ever since then.
Cute.
It's just one of those New York love stories. Okay, this is a crazy one. Why are Gen Z boys chewing on rock hard gum? So young men are buying facial fitness chewing gum that promises to bulk up their jawlines. Brands like Jawliner and Stronger Gum claim that their products can sculpt customers' jawlines within 2 weeks. Jawliner has sold more than 1 million pouches of its gum, which sell for $26. The gum has been circulating since 2021, but now it's kind of getting popular again. And here, this
I wonder if it's a TikTok. Oh, it is a TikTok thing.
Oh my God. They actually think that it can do it.
TikTok is sick, you guys. This is why.
It's giving like, that's crazy.
It probably could though.
It kind of probably could.
It's a workout for your jaw.
Look at this is so like toxic masculine. No.
Okay.
That's insane. No. The American Dental Association has cautioned that chewing dense gum at length could put people at risk for temporomandibular disorders, which cause pain in the jaw joint and muscles. But it doesn't say that it doesn't work. It just says that you could get a jaw issue.
I feel like it could work.
I feel like it could work. But
why are they marketing it just to men? Like you always talk about your jawline.
Yeah, I'm puffy as hell right now. My face is like double the size that it normally is because I've been drinking every single night in summer. But
would you chew it?
I don't know. I've said this before.
I feel like it would give me a headache personally.
I think it was in 2020. Oh my God, it was literally a New York Times article. That's so silly.
Gen Z boys. Gen Z sucks. Sorry guys. I know that's probably a lot of your people, but like, you guys, what's happening?
No.
What is this?
No, really, what is happening? It's
like, can't you just like smoke cigarettes like normal gens?
By the way, I'm
like
with
a normal young gen.
I think that they need to go to do a return to all the normal, quote, I'm putting this in quotes, bad things. Have more sex, smoke cigarettes, go drink some alcohol. Like, and they don't do any of that. They don't have sex. They don't drink alcohol. I think they do smoke cigs sometimes, but more they like their vape. Just have a cigarette. It's way healthier for you, by the way, they've proven. So I don't know what the hell is, smoking. Okay, 44% of millennials. Okay. Oh, only 29. See, only 29%.
Yeah.
Compared to 44% of Generation X. Okay, there you go. So guys, if you're listening, go smoke some cigarettes, have some sex.
Wait, but here's what, before like they cancel you over saying that, they do say that because a cigarette, you'll have one. You're not going to chain smoke.
And then you're done.
With the vape, you can actually smoke like 25 cigarettes without noticing.
And you do it like at times that you wouldn't normally rip a cig.
Right.
Like if you're a casual smoker.
Like somebody could sit here right now and
rip it. By the way, Pig, when he was on the podcast 2 weeks ago, he was vaping the entire podcast. And it's like, if you are a casual smoker, you know, a lot of my friends, they like a cigarette when they drink, blah, blah, blah. Like, they don't wake up and do it. Right. They're not like, you know, this is how they vape. Go.
Oh, the vape, the vape.
I'm not. I thought I've had a cigarette before, you guys.
Damn, she doesn't know how to smoke.
I got it out of my I got it out of my system in high school. I like smoked cigs then and got it out because I was like behind the dumpster at school, being like, oh, I'm so sick, like I'm so cool, and then I was over it. And so it's like, and the vape is really bad.
You don't vape?
No.
Ever?
Which is so weird. There are two things that really don't fit my personality.
Like it fits it to vape, you think?
Well, 100%. I have an incredibly addictive personality. I love cute things, and it looks like a little Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
You get like, there's different colors. Like, it's so cute. Like, this is sick, and I don't really, but like, I wish I liked it, but I'm just like, it's not for me at all.
Yeah.
I don't
you tried though?
I don't like to inhale stuff. Like it makes me feel sick. So that doesn't fit my personality, and the fact that I love the subway and take the subway doesn't fit my personality. Those are the two things that don't fit. I should be a massive vapor and never go on the subway.
Yeah.
1.9% of all high school students are current smokers. Damn.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
My high school was like 90%.
All of us smoked cigarettes in high school because we like thought we were so bad.
We would stand like outside the school and the principal would be like, get in here. And we'd be like, where's it? Like at 14, like 1 second, you know?
Yeah.
But New York City's wild. Maybe it's not like that in other places.
Yeah. I mean, London was like that too.
Yeah, but
so
that
it was
makes
like,
sense. Yeah.
We would stand like, because you weren't allowed to do it like
in London, everybody smokes.
Everybody smokes. Like, especially back then. We would stand like, there was a gate at our school and you couldn't do it like on school property. So we would stand like 1 foot away from it just to like be so bad and like blow the smoke into the school. Like thinking we were such badasses.
I mean, we were though. Think about it.
We were sick. It was cool. It was like such a simpler time. I loved it. But yeah, I think you should go have some safe sex if you're a Gen Z. rip some cigs and have a beer. It's not going to kill you, promise. Like, it's good for you. Yeah.
How gross is a 40?
So gross. But did you ever do Edward 40 hands in college?
Oh my God, that reminds me of something. I mean, it's coming back to me.
Yeah,
tell me what it is.
Everybody has their own name for it, but in Edward 40 hands is where you would duct tape a 40 to each of your hands, and you couldn't get it off until you finished them, and everyone would be like fucked up and like crashing and like whatever.
It's so gross.
We also did one where you would like be paired with a random guy in a frat, and the 40 would be taped to your hand and his hand in the middle. Oh, there we go. See? And the things I did in college, it's really amazing. I have like a few injuries that really speak to how I acted. Like, I have a really bad scar on my knee from when I fell off the roof of a frat, but like, it's really amazing that I didn't do worse. But yeah, Edward 40 hands was kind of fun. If a 40 is cold and you're in the right mood, like, no,
that's
still
a lot
no.
to finish. No, it could never be cold until the end of it, though.
Exactly.
You know?
And I just, the puking that I did in college is wild. On a happier, chicer note, Celine Dion is poised to make a comeback performance at the Paris Olympics. She's set to make her return to the stage at the Olympic Games, and it's rumored to be during the opening ceremony on Friday. This is going to be her first performance since halting her tour after being diagnosed with stiff person syndrome in 2022. And I know you posted about it. How do you feel? And you loved the documentary.
I did. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was so empowering. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched half of it. But
you couldn't finish it?
No, I literally, and I'm being so serious here, I was in so much pain watching her. Like, it gave
Wait,
me
did you get
anxiety.
to the part where she has the seizure on camera?
Yeah, and I was just like, she's in so much pain, and I think it's so rare that we see like an actual person. I mean, it's not rare, but it's just like, you could feel the pain through the screen.
And she couldn't speak, which is like such a fear of mine, to be like having thoughts and not be able to speak. But you could tell that she was, I mean, the fact that she said like, and if I can't walk, I'll crawl. And if I can't.
And she's so strong.
I mean, I was like,
I know.
You're actually like, and what really shook me was like, you could tell she wasn't speaking about the hardship of like the disease.
Totally.
She just wants to sing.
She literally just wants to sing.
Like, that's what she's upset about. Like, why has this ruined my singing? Like, and I'm like, you don't care about the like fucking other shit. Like, so it just shows you like how important that part of her life is to her.
It's her whole like center of existence, and it's just so insane when that happens, when it's like a person, she's literally one of the best singers of our entire generation, and for this to happen to her, it's like so crazy.
And to happen to her, the thing that will affect her voice and her life.
No, I know.
And that way you're like, oh my God.
It reminds me of, I'm going to.
Wait, and it said that she's residency too, no?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Which is amazing.
Yeah. She's a residency. She gives residency, you know?
I want to go to see her residency.
That's what I said. I said, and I hope that people hold
Resorts
me to
World
it.
For Las Vegas.
I said, I'm going to go.
I love Resorts World. Shout out Resorts World.
I hate Vegas, but I'll go for this.
You do?
Yeah. Doesn't that match up with my personality?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I love it.
You're going to DJ there tomorrow.
No, my pick me girl take on Vegas is that it's actually not wild enough. People think it's so wild, but Vegas is actually very like rule oriented. Like, there's everything, because it's like a place where everyone goes to go crazy. It's very systematized, and there's no like when the club is done, the club is done. Like, that's not true in Miami. In Miami, like, if you want to party till 7 a.m., like, you can go till 7 a.m. In Vegas, it's very like, okay, it's 10 o'clock, bust everybody in, and now you'll play, and everybody's going to play the same songs, and then it's 3 a.m., okay, everybody's done. Like, if you step out of line, you're going to get in trouble, blah, blah, blah. It's too, like, strict almost. For me, I like a Miami, or I like somewhere abroad, because it's a bit more, like, late night.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, like, even more grimy, if that's even possible. Okay, Celine will start either late 2024. Okay, so you could
not
go.
That far away.
You could go this year.
I could go.
Okay,
now I'm getting nervous.
You're like,
yeah.
Why don't you like it? Just because it's like too much? Vegas?
Yeah, it really grossed me out.
It's gross. Yeah. Okay, I get that.
But the thing is, I went like with my husband, you know, taking a picture on like the overpass. Like, it's not like a touristy drink the margarita in the big plastic thing with the big straw. Like, that's the gross part of it to me.
Totally. I feel like you could go and have like a really nice dinner, and the hotels are nice, and then you could go to the show.
Do I like a the Venice in a hotel, like it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. That's fair.
Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's.
You'd rather go elsewhere.
It's cheesy.
No, it's so cheesy.
Yeah.
No, I get you.
And all the restaurants there I have in New York, basically.
100%.
You know what I mean?
All the best restaurants. I'm like, oh, I can go to Siddell's there, and I'm like, wait, I could just.
Right. Or
which, by the way, I do everywhere. That's such a toxic trait of mine. Like, I like what I like. I do like to try new restaurants, but I really like what I like. And I was like recently in Toronto, and I was like looking at all these places, and I was like, I really just want Siddell's, and they have Siddell's there, and I just went there, and I was like, I don't care.
Wait, what did you really want? Like the bagels and the thing?
I just like the taste of everything. Like I like the French toast.
Oh, yeah?
Like I like the bagels. Like I know what I'm getting, kind of thing. Because I'm one of those people who I need to look at the menu before, and I need to like know what I'm getting. So I was like, I don't care. I'm going. I don't.
It's okay.
My
We're not mad at you.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Want to go viral? Tell your story in 22 parts.
Oh my God.
So
I saw that.
have you been like...
No, I read that thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then the fact that you wrote that people are now doing it and you just know they're doing it to go viral.
Yeah.
Like, it sickens me.
Well, it's kind of interesting because I feel like...
Wait, say the whole thing. Sorry.
So basically this is a story about how a new TikTok content style is emerging where people are telling their long stories, usually about like a terrible ex in many parts. So for example, the really famous one is Brooke Schofield posting about her ex-boyfriend Clinton Kane, which was like a 22-part series. Then Chris Olsen jumped on the trend. He did a 19-part series about his negative relationship. And it's just like the irony that we thought everybody's attention span is shot, and then the things that are going viral are the long-form stories. I don't know. That's confusing. No? Like, I thought everyone was saying, oh, no one's going to the movies because everybody just wants like a 2-part thing. And then here people are watching 22 parts.
22 parts.
Yeah, that's a long time. I don't know if I could sit through that.
But like, to me, I'm just thinking of people seeing that that's going viral and doing 22 parts of something just because like that might work for them. And then I'm thinking like, wow.
I think Brooks was genuinely, she had that much to say. I think she was the first, and I think she genuinely had that much to say.
TikTok cuts you off at 10 because you could do up to 10, no?
You could do up to 10. And that's an interesting point because they definitely weren't 10 minutes long each. So I think it was more, whatever. But anyway, that was a cool choice by her stylistically.
Yeah. And then now everyone's jumping.
And now everyone's doing it. And I did see something about... Yeah, I saw something about like that creator Haley Bailey spoofing it or something. And then, I don't know, TikTok drama always runs deep. But
it does? Wait, so Brooke got mad at her? I don't even know.
She didn't get mad at her. I just saw that I think she was spoofing the whole 22 parts thing. But I think if you watch, I've watched some of Brooks and I know the story, and it's like she genuinely had that much to say, and now everyone's copying her and being like, oh, whatever. And like, look, if you have that much to say, you have that much to say. Yeah. But I think it's an interesting new content.
Yeah, it's kind of like a show.
It's like a show.
It's like tune into tomorrow's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her story was crazy. I mean, that guy was...
I don't even know what it is.
She basically dated a complete sociopath who like lied about his family dying, like literally lied about his mom dying, and lied about being from Australia. Like he fully lied to her and said that he was from Australia and he's from America.
He did an accent?
He did an accent. He like maintained this accent the whole time. Like it is crazy, which is like...
Wait, is he a known dude?
Yeah, he's a famous singer. I mean, famous.
Yeah.
But like put TikTok her through famous? Hell, put her through full hell. And then finally she was like, okay, I'm going to tell my side of the story, which I kind of love.
Yeah.
More power to her.
Okay. Now everybody go try your 22-part TikTok.
Yeah.
See how that goes.
Exactly. Jump on. Okay. I do have these few TikToks I want to show you so we can discuss them. Okay. Did you see this? Have you heard of the woman with the green dress?
No.
Okay, cool. Let's watch.
I don't know what's happening to club culture, but the girlies are not wearing heels in the clubs anymore. And as a 34-year-old, I know I don't look my age, but as a 34-year-old, do we need to come out of retirement and teach the girls how to wear heels, or like what heels you need to shop for when going out in the club? Because the amount of flats and sandals that I saw is just like, part of the thrill of going to the club is dancing on the couch in your heels. You got to figure out how to strengthen those ankles so you don't break them. Like how to maneuver. Like it's a rite of passage. I feel like you don't appreciate wearing a flat if you aren't dancing on the couch in the club. I don't know, y'all. There's just something about a cute little heel. You know, you just gotta...
Well, hers does look comfortable.
We gotta figure it out. We gotta bring heel
TBF,
culture back to the clubs. Because what are y'all doing? What's going on?
TBF.
What are y'all even doing? What's the purpose of... What's the purpose of going to the club if you're not gonna dress up?
Okay, so this woman got ripped to shreds.
People got mad?
No, she went viral for the wrong reasons. And it was an entire trend of people making fun of her. Everybody was like wearing a green dress, and everyone was making fun of her for a few things. First of all, because she was like, I know I don't look my age, I'm 34, which is really mean because I think she looks great.
And then people were saying you actually look old.
Yeah, and people were like, you do look 34, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Second of all, people were like, saying her shoes are ugly and like she's so millennial. And like, I don't think her shoes are ugly. I do think it's
wait, not everything bad is millennial.
No.
You could just say something is ugly.
For sure. Saying like she's chuggy, all this stuff. It is a very millennial outfit. But like, as someone who loves clubbing and who recently had a clip about clubbing go viral, I like understand what she's saying and I get it. And there's that specific feeling of when your heels are squishing into the leather of the banquette couch and you're dancing and it's really hard to balance yourself. Like, I completely get what she's saying. Amanda, she was ripped to shreds for like literally
because
48 hours on the internet. The Gen Z people went and they don't like it.
They want flats.
And they don't get it. And they are like, we want to be comfortable. Like, we're not gonna like fuck the patriarchy and like and like we don't like to go out anyway. And like basically just making fun of her so hard for 48 hours to the point where she had to make a response. We're gonna watch just a little bit of it because it was a bit long.
Aww.
Things of the green dress girl and her recent viral moment. I'm green dress girl. Oh my goodness, you guys.
Yeah,
I had no idea this video was going to blow up like this at all. Clearly, I didn't think that this was going to go as far as it has. I'm still wrapping my mind around it. This is so foreign to me because I work in marketing.
Anyway, she goes on like this, and you know, I think she's so cute. She didn't have to respond. Everyone in the comments was like, "Oh my god, I would have gone into hiding based on like what she's been through online."
Oh, wow!
But she just dealt with it so sweetly, and I'm just like. What does it say?
You're a queen for coming back.
Yeah.
Hiding under a rock for 60 business days.
Yeah. People were so mean to her.
What is life?
Everyone was like getting their old heels and like finding like ugly pairs of heels in like thrift shops and being like, look, green dress girl, like, am I good enough now? Like, it was like such a thing. It was just like the internet. We were talking about this the other day too. Like sometimes people just choose to take things the wrong way.
Like the platform too. Cause I feel like if I wrote on Instagram on a story create mode and I was like, remember when we wore heels to the club? Like we should keep doing that. I don't think I would be murdered for that.
No, everyone would be like, yeah, you're right.
Everyone would be like, yeah, remember we were suffering
nice,
and it hurt and like what?
I know. TikTok is so crazy.
It scares me.
Like literally, bless her. Like she's so cute.
And she is cute. Like, can't you tell this is a cute person? She's not doing this to like be
100%. She's not doing this to be like She's
not doing a 22 part, you know?
1,000%. She's
gonna come back with a 22.
She's gonna come 20. Here's the story on how
and how I came up with the green dress TikTok.
So sweet. Okay, so we got a lot of questions. So for our last segment, you're gonna help me give some advice in AMA. Okay, this is from Beth. She's 34. Hey, Tinx, mother to 2 children. Just like you. And sometimes I find myself staring at my 400th hour of some bullshit cartoon I don't want to watch and begin daydreaming of a time when I can actually introduce my kids to some fantastic TV movies and music from my teen years. What could you imagine passing on pop culture wise to your teenage kids? What would be mandatory viewing or listening so you can say, when I was 14, P.S. any other significant pop culture moments from your teenage years that stick out to you and that make you wonder how weird will it be to explain this to my kids? My mind goes to explaining MySpace, ABC's The Swan. Please tell me you remember The Swan.
I remember The Swan.
Do you remember it?
Yeah.
That was actually crazy.
It was like, turn around.
And so
today we have a swan every day. It's like the TikTok transition.
It's literally. But so was The Swan... They did plastic surgery on them, right? They was fully like,
wow,
guys.
That is true.
That was so insane.
They did plastic surgery.
Like that is actually so dystopian.
So we were ahead of our time then?
So basically they took women and they put them on a health regimen.
Yeah.
They put them through plastic surgery and they made them work out. And do you remember who one of the star judge panelists was?
Who?
Dr. Terry Dubrow.
No way.
Was performing some of the... I don't remember if he was performing the surgeries, but he was one of like the judges and like coaching them through and all of that.
That is actually so wild. And it was in 2004, which is like 10 years ago. That's not that long ago.
Babe, 20.
Oh, yep. Dyslexia.
You couldn't do that today, obviously.
I think you can do that today because today you can't acknowledge that anybody's ugly. I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's the main premise of the show is you are saying, I'm not saying, but they're saying like, these people are not attractive, and so you couldn't do that today.
And also,
now people just, as you said, do it to themselves. People are like, "Get ready with me to go get arm lipo," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, we do the Swan every day. By the way, I do the Swan every day because it's a get ready with me. That's like basically what it is. We swan ourselves every day.
That is a wild concept.
I probably won't tell my kids about the Swan. I think like even if I have a kid, like, I don't know, next year, like it will still be too far gone. I will tell my kids a lot about rom-coms because they're important to me. Yeah. What are you going to teach the boys about?
I don't know. That's a good question because I do have boys, and so far my one boy who's going to be 4 is such a boy. Like, he's superheroes.
Yeah.
And like not things. So I don't know. Like, I'll have to watch Marvel with him.
Are you gonna?
Which I already do.
Are you gonna show him any reality TV that was important to you?
Like Vanderpump Rules?
Maybe.
Like, I'll be like,
he's gonna be 16. You're gonna be like, Noah, come here. It's time. I want to teach you about something.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, Mom, what's
I wonder,
the show?
did your mom teach you about? Oh, you know what? My parents brought to me at a very unhealthy age.
What?
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, that's a good one. See, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's so like iconic for. Yeah. I mean, I can imagine showing my kids like
a classic like that.
Yeah. Like, what are some that, like, I don't know. I love Gladiator or something like that. You know, like.
Yeah, Gladiator is good.
It's so good. Well, the new one is coming
out.
Yeah. Or I would show them like, what do I love so much?
It's funny that she gave the example of the swan out of everything.
I know. I think that's just to show how far we've come.
Oh.
I can't believe, like, I mean, and there will be things that are so crazy for our kids where it will be like, they can't imagine how weird we were right now. We're doing something weird right now that we don't know about.
I know.
And then in 10 years, we're going to be like, I can't believe we did that. But
I know.
That's life. All right. One more. Serena, 25. Ugh, I am in love. He's everything I could ask for in a boyfriend. I have never felt this way for someone. One issue. His initial meeting with my family didn't go so well. He had a few too many, and though he didn't say anything awful, he was noticeably loud and his eyes were glassy. My parents immediately began asking if he is comfortable enough to be that drunk, having just met us. What is he like when we aren't around? Sure, we both like to party, but this was just a case of nerves and having one too many to take the edge off. It's been about 3 months since the meeting, and though we are still going strong, my parents are seemingly not letting up about their concerns. So my question, do I continue keeping them separate and continue to show them we're in it for the long haul, or do I try to set something up for him to speak to their concerns directly? I don't think you need to have him speak to it. I think you need to just create another situation where they're together.
Yeah, where he's like not.
Well, he's on his best behavior, and he's, you know, like a barbecue or something.
And maybe he can, like, if it's vibing, throw in like a joke, like
100%.
By the way, so sorry, I was, you know, off of like I didn't sleep well the night before. You know, make something up.
No, totally.
But definitely don't
arrange a sit down. Yeah. I think, like, look, it's been 3 months. I think that he deserves another shot. And it just explain to your parents, be like, he was nervous.
Yeah.
That's the clearest thing to me is like, I drink when I'm nervous. It's normal. Like, everybody does. It's look, he can make first impressions do mean a lot, but I think
that sucks. I feel bad because I'm like, I could see my mom being like so judgy about that.
Same. And moms are so like, once they see one thing, it's very hard to change their mind.
That's it. They made a decision about
like,
this person.
My mom remembers things about like friends I had in high school, and she still like holds that in their head. And I'm like, she's getting married now. Like, it's why are you talking about when she like failed the math class or something? Like, it's bizarre. Okay, one more. Annie, she's 30. I'm 30 years old and have worked in my job for a number of years. I'm married but don't have kids yet. I work closely with a number of women in a mostly male dominated industry. I've always considered myself a feminist and tried to support other women. However, I can't help but feel like the women I work with who have children take advantage of my childlessness when it comes to work. I always end up being the flexible one because anything I have planned pales in comparison to a child needing to be picked up, a child being sick, etc. I end up working almost an hour longer than them on a daily basis. How to deal with this? Is this the service of every childless person? Is it the responsibility of the working parent to have appropriate childcare and play? How can I not be like this when I have kids? Something comes up every week and I'm at my wit's end.
Wow, you know who I remember had? Do you remember Selena's kidney donor, Francia Raisa?
Yeah.
She once posted about this, and she was very.
I actually remember that.
She posted, Steve, click, Type.
No, he's so good. He's so fast. It's amazing. I love it.
So she got very, it was like the same issue.
Yeah.
And first of all, I have 2 kids and I don't feel like I do that. So I feel like I feel bad that she works with so many people that do.
Yeah.
And also, why does it have to fall on you? Like, why are you a backup for so many people?
No, totally. And I think you just have to set boundaries.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, I think like 2 things can be true at the same time. And it's not to say that people with children can and should take advantage of people who don't have children, but it's like kids are a lot of work and like it is really stressful to be a working parent, but also it shouldn't fall on someone. You know what I mean? 2 things can be true at the same time. So you have to be better at setting boundaries. And it's like there's always a third option. It's not just like the person with the child does the work or you do the work. It's like, okay, let's like work out a system and like, you know, or write down a list of the times it happened and be like, hey, you know, go to your boss or say, you know, I've stayed 3 times extra this week. Can we work out some system? Can I leave early on Fridays because I've done this extra work? There's always a way to do it. And you have to be good at setting those boundaries because it's not healthy to be resentful of the people that you work with. Yeah. Nor is it fair that you do other work. But they probably do need some extra slack. So it's
I know, but it shouldn't fall on this person.
No, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like so much of adult friendships or working relationships, you just need to over communicate things because otherwise it becomes like an us versus them thing.
Yeah.
And we don't want that, especially like we got to help out girls. We need to help each other out, whether we are married, really nice. Single, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like just over communicate.
Yeah.
I think. And
also
set the
if she
boundaries.
wants to not be like that when she has kids, just don't be like that when you have kids.
No, truly.
Like you're so hyper aware of it, like you probably won't do it to other people.
100%. Yeah.
And by the way, sometimes I'm sure these bitches are making their kids the excuse.
No, for sure. For sure. They're like,
which is, by the way, the best part about having kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So just make sure it's for realsies.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve is going to have another baby soon. So he like can't come to work for 2 months. Yeah. It's like, okay, he doesn't want to do my podcast. I get it.
Well, there is daddy paternity leave now. That's
he's going.
I'm so happy about that. Like men need more rights.
No, they do. 14 weeks.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that's what he gets. Good.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's like, if I could do the math and I can, that's like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Plus 2.
Yeah. Damn.
Thank you.
Amanda, thank you so much for coming on. Where can everybody, I'm sure all of my followers already follow you, but where can they find you just in case?
Not skinny but not fat.
On TikTok and Insta?
Oh my God, shut up.
What?
She said TikTok.
Yeah, I said it. TikTok, yeah.
No, I know, but she knows I hate my TikTok. What? I don't hate TikTok. I do.
It's scary.
It scares me.
Don't say that.
I know.
We love TikTok.
God.
No, I talk so much shit about them, and now they never respond to my emails when I'm like, "There's a problem with my account." They're like, "Fuck you." I'm like, "Oh God." Okay, not skinny but not fat.
Anywhere, podcast, Instagram, TikTok,
yes,
YouTube.
She's an amazing follow. So go follow her. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, bye.